Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. How are we all doing? Am I pressing the right buttons, for example? It's always nice to know. Let's see if we put this up here. Will that work? We've got some people here, at least. 34 concurrent viewers. Welcome to the Friday Night Live. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. I've got green lights everywhere, but I literally decided to stream about 10 minutes ago. So I've done no setup, but what's new? I never do. Right. Should be working, but you never know. You never know. Who have we got here? We've got NGW High from Doncaster, Aquadan, Ross from a very wet and windy Edinburgh. It's a very wet and windy Sheffield tonight as well. Wet and windy Northumberland from Brian. Lee says hello, as does Hans from Sweden. We hope we have the beers ready. I'm breaking into my Hogmanay stash. So tonight, we're on the Franzikaner, or the Franny. It's my newly discovered beer of 2022. Thank you very much, Tits. Or should I call you Tits McGee, or should I call you Fish Fit? Anyway, I wanted to show you my other newest Christmas present, or bestest Christmas present. I have a fish bottle opener / club. It's like cast iron, weighs an absolute ton. Look at my dirty fingernails. So if we get attacked midstream, we can do someone. But also, it opens bottles. Hear that? We'll have it. Hope you've all got your refreshments ready. We'll have it in the Aquarium Adventures limited edition tankard, as in there's only one. So, elephant in the room. Nothing's working. Everything's broken. Everything's going wrong. Woe is me, etc., etc. ABC Aquatic Biotope Creations has become a member. Thank you very much. That's awful nice of you, because this is going to be really depressing and boring. I'm a bit worried that I'm just going to bring down the whole mood, but I'm going to try and remain upbeat, and you guys can cheer me up. We're up to 55 people here already, but only 16 likes. Come on. I'm going to try and remember my pattern. That is the price of admission, as a like. So let's have a wee like. Martin says good evening, as does Stevie's Fish from Margate. Hello there. Freshwater Ichthyology from rainy Bristol. Hail, but that stopped now, just rain. Yes, it's just rain here at the minute. Oh, another Christmas present. I've got my old man glasses attacher, never losers. Ta-da! No longer will I go, where are my glasses? Where have I left them this time? No. I have transitioned to full old man, and I will never lose them again. I can get used to this. Let me know in the chat what fantastic Christmas presents you got this year, if you do Christmas, I guess. GB says, hi guys. Brian Haig says, I'm Scottish, us people don't drink much. No, that's why I pour such terrible beers. I'm now a bit worried that I'm no longer streaming because there's no more chats coming through. Skitty Nonna says hello, House of Sass says hello, and then there are no more chats for me. So I'm going to close down the chat and see if it reappears. What if I say hello? Ah, there we go. It has come back after all. I might need to do some technical stuff again because I've got the wrong URL probably. Copy that, click that, just talk amongst myself, click that, paste that, hockey. Audio is good, loud and clear. Good. Right. So I've missed a whole load of you there because my chat just disappeared. Where did it get up to? We drown leaks with beers here, which ironically expedited the need for a leak. Too Coolie for Schoolie says hello. I like that name. ABC, what's up, Fish fam? Kaylee's here. Nabokov fan 87. Brian, Depths Unknown. Silver Creek Aquatics, hello there. An evening from a dark and miserable Preston. But enough about that. Weather, we're here to hopefully cheer you up. Happy Fishmas. Yes, happy Fishmas. Thank you very much. Thanks, Fishkeeper House of Sass. How are you? Right, let's address the elephant in the room. Megatank. Clearly, Megatank is not working. At the end of the day, there are bigger problems in the world. I don't really care about that. Well, I'll either fix it or I'll set fire to it. End of story. We'll move on. We'll do something else. Yes, it's annoying me, but it's not the end of the world. I'm just a bit of a... I don't want to bring the... I'm just in a bit of a general funk at the moment, so I thought I'll come on here and we'll see how we go on. If I can talk my way around it, drink my way through it, all these good healthy things that we can do. But yes, Megatank broke. It leaked again in the same space. That happened just before Christmas, so I have been dealing with it, trying to get it to the point that you've seen today. So the last bit that I filmed on the video that I released today was the latest update on that. So go and watch that if you want. The 2-minute recap is the tank leaked again. I got very upset. I swore at it for a good 2 or 3 days and recorded myself swearing at it. I then bought a swimming pool, like a kiddie swimming pool thing. Swore at that for a while, but I didn't manage to get that on video, trying to build the bloody thing. Let me just try and remember what happened. So filled that up, scrubbed it down, because sometimes they come with they've got like a coating on them, which is a bit yucky, so I didn't want to put fish in there. Scrubbed it down, washed it out, filled it up again, left it for a day or 2 days maybe, emptied it out, emptied Megatank into the swimming pool and put the fish in it. The fish are fine. I've got a few sponge, nowhere near enough filtration for anything long term, but I've got a couple of sponge filters, internal filters, moving the water around, oxygenating it, all that good stuff. The heaters are in there. It's fine for a short term thing, so I'm hoping that they'll be okay in there for maybe a week. They've been in there a few days now, a few days more, and we should be able to try Megatank again. So I dried Megatank to a degree. It still needs a couple more days to dry out properly before I try and do the fix, but I got to see more clearly what I think the problem is. And it seems to be the part where it joins from the glass and the base. The silicon's it's lifted, it's peeling, and I can see water has got under there, and that would then leak where it leaked. So I'm viewing that as a positive, because at least I can see it, and if you can see the problem, you can fix the problem, in theory. I haven't fixed it yet, because I want it to dry properly before I apply the fix, which I'm going to use fiberglass. I'm just going to go around, and anywhere where the glass touches the body of the tank, I'm going to use fiberglass, and see if that does the job. And then we'll test it and see what happens. We've talked about it before, that if that doesn't happen, the final attempt at fixing it would be to just get a pond liner, box welded liner, or something like that. It would need to be a butyl one, because that is one of the things silicon sticks to. At this point, I don't know what silicon sticks to anymore. But in theory, that should work. But the way my luck's going at the moment, I'll spend 500 quid on that, and then it won't stick to it either, and it will just leak in a different way. So chances are, if it doesn't work, the next video will be me taking a sledgehammer to it, breaking it up into bits of wood, and pouring petrol on it and lighting it on fire. But we'll see how we go. So if anybody's interested in some big fish, some small fish, some in-between fish, let me know. We'll do a first come, first served. Because if we do get to that stage, I will give up altogether. But yeah, so that's what we're up to. It's just one of those things. don't always go well. I was looking at the comments earlier on so this is the thing that really it kind of makes you laugh, makes you want to cry. This has been, in fact, can I show you this? Let me see if this will work. And might work. Might need to move me out of the way. Oh, no, that's not the right thing. Let's move me over here somewhere. So there you go. That's the. This is my YouTube studio for anybody who makes their own videos. This is your latest video performance. In fact, let me just refresh this because this really, really annoys me. See these little animations it does. Yay! #1 video. This is your best performing video. It's your best ranking video. So it's been 8.5 hours and I've got 1.8 thousand views. It's really incentivizing screwing up. If it didn't make me laugh, it would make me cry. It's the way of the world is. Everybody wants to see a disaster. So no matter how bad I feel, there's always going to be a silver lining that it'll be a popular video. Normally, I need a day and a half to get 1,000 views. But yeah, in 8 hours, I managed to get nearly 2,000 views. Cheers, everyone, though. So, every cloud. I just thought that was funny. Sandy says hello. Hello, Sandy. That's not working. Why is the live chat not changing? Copy that. Paste there. Okay. There you go. Sandy. Hello, Sandy. Big shrimpin'. Hey, hey, hey. Loud and clear. Good. Good to see you. Glad you made it, Graham. Keep smiling. Yeah. There was some deep thinking. I might just take a hammer to this in the fish room this week. But we're over that now. Evie Weevie, good evening. Too Killy for Skilly, we can see and hear you even better. Fuzzy video, but that's on YouTube and my internet company. Good. Joe is in. Hello, Joe. 7 months ABC has been a member. So apparently there is a button that you can click something and it tells you how long. I can't remember where said button is or how that works, but yeah, have a field day with it. Is my video blurry or is it me? Hello from Holland, Mario. Hello there. My internet's so bad, it's always blurry videos and it cuts out when it was. My internet's really good. Oh, why did I say that? It's going to cut out immediately now, isn't it? Number 2 son was having some computer issues earlier today and we were sorting them out. Yeah, still got 200 meg on Wi-Fi. It's pretty good. It's good enough for this. It might be, I have not used OBS for a while up here, so it does look a little bit grainy, but I'm loath to try and fix it on the fly because I'll do something stupid and we all know how that will go. Shall I try? Shall I? Configure video. What does that do? What if I do that? I disappear altogether. See, I told you that would work well. Oh dear. There we go. So I'm going to stick with that. I might play with that next time. Good choice of beer. Belgians and Germans do it better. They do indeed. Only Oscars. Merry Fishmas. Hello there. A big fishy chip. It is a bit into it. Look at that. Could definitely do some damage with that thing. So what kind of fish do you think that is? I was going to go for perch, maybe? A bass? Roach? Who knows? Heavy though. thought it was an iron fish for cooking to help with anemia. No, it's this definitely. Well, it'd be a very small fish if you were use it for cooking. Ray says, if you ever try building a tank again, come down and make it out of concrete and brick. Feeling your pain in the last video. I mean, the last video there was a touch of that was cathartic. It was some form of therapy. I have had comments in the past where people are like, oh, yeah, it's refreshing to see someone that shares their pain. I just wish I didn't quite have so many disasters and so much pain to share. That would be a bit nicer. Because I'm sure there's all these other YouTubers, they do have issues like this and then don't show them. But I'm not sure they have quite this many, which does make me question myself. No refreshments for ABC, about to drive home. Well, quite well. Yes, you have been a member for a while. Sorry, I didn't. The chat was all locked up then. Sorry. The aquarium in the background looks very healthy. It's essentially 90% plants. I need to get in there and properly chop it up. There's some fish in there that are like, oh God, can't move. Too many plants. Hope there's not too many bleeps tonight. That didn't work at all, did it? Oh dear. Goldwater Aquatics, hello there. I'm lost in that conversation. I'm going to try and skip up a little bit because I'm miles behind. Oh dear. Aquatic Ness, hello there. I got an internal filter, some fish food, and some wine for Christmas. All useful things, definitely. The latter I would be making use of, definitely. How are the angels and discus getting on? Avoiding the other topic. Well, thank you. Thank you, Lee. Fine. Yeah. Nothing to report, I must say. I didn't think anything would happen, and nothing has happened. They're mixing. Occasionally, the angels will hang out together in one corner, and it looks like they're separate, but no, they're mixing. They're not showing any aggression. Obviously, it might be different if they decide to start laying eggs and things like that again, but no, it's been fine. Despite a third of every comment on that video going, no, terrible idea. Oh, you're just waiting for a disaster. That's half of my problem at the moment is I have no standing to refute these things and say, no, it's not going to be a disaster because every bloody thing is a disaster at the moment. And so I'm just having to kind of bite my tongue and take my medicine and go, oh, well, I'll keep monitoring the situation. I got a lovely L273 for Christmas. I don't know what that is. L273. Oh, the cactus as well. I've got one of them. I think mine's an L600 though. For those of you who can't see. The Titanic cactus pleco. Why is my stupid face in the way all the time? Very nice. I must admit, mine is very beautiful. I've got him in the discus tank at the moment, which, in hindsight, might have been a bit of a mistake. He's not harming any of the fish or anything, but he's quite the interior decorator, let's put it that way. He's taken to go, no, I don't want this pile of sand here, I want it over there, and I'm going to move it all. And this rock you put here is really inconvenient, so I'm going to dig a hole under it until it moves out of the way. My daughter wants to eat my matchmakers.
My mother wants to.
She can have the orange ones. The mint are mine.
Come on, they're the good ones.
Yeah, they're mine. Go and show everybody what a matchmaker is. They may have Americans that don't have any idea what a matchmaker is. So, do you have this for Christmas? Let's go big face. I don't like chocolate generally, but when I do, this is the one that I like. I do like a cool mint. So I'm keeping that one, and you can have that
No,
one.
no, we need that one to put it in the cupboard.
If that gets eaten, there will be hell to pay. Dear. So I like a matchmaker. I got robbed for Christmas. Literally. Oh dear. That's not good. God, what is it with scumbags around Christmas? Why do they try and make your life more difficult? I hope you had a good Christmas to make up for it. That's not good. Yes, as only Oscar says, that is horrible. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, indeed. Chrissy's Aquazone, hello there. Damn Mega Tank. Yeah, it is. Select Beck lurking in the background, hello. Christine, hello. We all want to know how many times Graham the Fish has gone swimming with the snakehead. There was one moment. So, if you haven't seen the video, go and watch the video. But if you haven't seen the video, I've put the swimming pool next to Mega Tank and it takes up all the available space in the room. So when I have to get into Mega Tank to fix it, I kind of have to shimmy along the front ledge of the glass, and I kind of almost lost my footing. I was like, whoa! I only managed to grab it on. And all I could think of was, I wasn't even filming. that would have been the only silver lining that I could possibly have had, would have been if I'd fallen in, if I was filming it. I'd likely killed both the fish if I'd landed on them. But, you know. Martin got a refractometer looking to set up an Ula OP setup. I don't know what that is either. ULA. It's one of these things that I should know. Oh, shrimp. Yeah. I've never heard of that before. Very hardy and low maintenance shrimp survive in any sized aquarium. I'm sure we could put that to the test. Very cool. I do like shrimp. I've got lots of little shrimps, and shrimps are doing really well in my fish room. Yeah, the mega pool now. Indeed, Brian, indeed. Have you reached out at all to the liquid rubber people? I have. I'm hoping I get a response. I haven't had a response yet. But I've reached out very much with the reply to their... Because they were really good at talking to me. Because I had loads of questions for them. So my reply was, hello again, not spoken to you for a while. You know this bit here, and I quoted it in the email, where you said it'll bond silicon. Have a look at this video here. It's where it appears to not be bonding silicon and could be all the problems. No, I won't say that earliest day, and it's the holiday season, as we say. I'm sure they will get back to me in the new year. They did get back to me. I had some other questions for them the last time it happened. And to be fair, they did get back to me and said, well, you know, what was it they said? Because it's a product that primarily is used for like sealing roofs or boats or gutters or to make things watertight when it's kind of not submerged, is what I'm trying to say. Although they do advertise it for pond work and stuff like that. Because the question was about pressure. Like, if I've got all this weight and pressure, is it going to be able to withstand that? And to be fair, they said, we think so, rather than yes. Yeah. Sharpie, you bring Aqua Nerds, good evening yourself. Fishfit, I saw the video and nearly offered to house things, but you have the motivation to resolve, so they're your problem. There you go. That's the kind of problem we like. Yeah, I mean, that was what was particularly galling. It was like a gut punch of rescuing some fish from someone else who had a disaster to then immediately have my own leak. Right, I'm aware I'm miles behind. the video will get, yeah, well, it's got many views already, comparatively for what I generally get. I normally like to think, well, if I get 2,000 in the first week, that's a decent video for me. Well, what's the average? I'm trying not to blow my own trumpet or sound too big for my boots here. Obviously, many creators out there get many, many, many more views, but that's kind of my averages. In the first week, if I get 2,000 views, that's good. To get them in 8 hours is a little bit annoying because it makes me want to take a hammer to the rest of my time. Go, oh, disaster, oh, disaster, oh, disaster. Because I don't want to do that. Can you ship to the US? No. I've tried shipping things to the US in the past and it's never gone well. I mean, you can buy merch and stuff from the Spreadshirt shop. That's hard to say. And that'll go to the US. But anything I send to the US, the postage is ridiculous now. Megatanks needs an extra system. Yeah. Mark is a little disappointed that I'm not doing the stream in my new indoor pool in my Speedos. God, where are you guys with these ideas when I can do something about them? That would be funny. That would be really leaning into my idiotic. You've been through a lot. This too shall pass. You'll get it done. Yeah, it's not. I have not been through a lot. I have built a fish tank, shoddily, and it leaked. Big whoop. There are many more problems in the world. This is nothing in comparison, so no big deal when it comes to it. It's annoying, but yes, you're quite right. It will pass. We'll get something else done. We'll get it sorted. Or I'll set fire to it. One of the two. Both of which will be good. It won't come to that stage. You work out something when you have Megatank sorted, you'll forget all about the issues with it. I hope so. Daniel says hello. Has to be. Hello, Daniel. Courtney. Hope you're okay. Yes, I'm fine. People like Trainwreck, you're right. Everyone loves a drama. Maybe you should continue flooding your garage. Well, that's it. Continue flooding the garage for views. That's not how I want to get the views. That's the only problem. I want to. That's the thing. The mega tank is finished and housing big monster fish. That was kind of the pinnacle of the mega tank arc. It was building it, setbacks, building, setbacks, building. Yay! We've rehoused some fish. We've got some new fish in there. We've done a good thing. Views? Nah. Nobody cares. It's just like, okay, well, fine. I thought that might be more useful, but no, nobody cares. And you're right, nobody cares about good things. Nobody wants to see success. People want to see disasters and go, ha! Either I told you so, or ha! I never liked that guy. I'm glad it's happened to him, or ha! It's not happened to me. It's happened to someone else. I'm sure not all of the comments are coming from that point of view, but from the comments on this video, or the ones that I've seen so far, there are a few arseholes out there doing exactly that. But yeah, if it gets more, maybe it'll pay for some of the costs. I might pay towards the swimming pool that I had to buy. Callum's in. Hello, Callum. I think it's more that people appreciate a YouTuber that shows the real struggle of this hobby over all the smoke and mirrors. Yeah, and to be fair, I do get comments saying thank you for showing this. At least I can now not do that thing, and that is why I started showing all the problems, because I'm not an expert in anything. I'm an enthusiastic amateur, as I keep saying. I make mistakes, and if I make a mistake, I'll show you. Here's the mistake I make, so you don't have to make the same mistake. It's the only the only service I can provide. I have not studied things in depth to be able to say, oh, do it this way because of that. think most people watch videos from channels they have never seen with drama titles. Yes, it did make me think that I should have really worked on my thumbnail a bit better, because for me that was quite a fast pickup, and the more people that watch it, the more YouTube share it. So I guess it's got a little bit of a clickbaity thumbnail. It happened again. Oh, what happened again? I'll click on it and see. Man with a head in his hands. I'll let you into a little secret. The thumbnail of me sat like this was because I had put together the swimming pool pole. The instructions for that bloody swimming pool, ridiculous. I might make another video. I might set up another channel just to make another video about that bloody swimming pool. The instructions were like, right, here's C, D, and E. These are the poles. And it just said connect. You're like, what? In what way? How? Where? So I'd connected all the poles and figured it out and got them to work and was happy with it, and then realised that I actually had to thread them through the swimming pool bit, rather than I thought the swimming pool bit looked over and connected somehow. So that was me going, oh God, it's taking me an hour to do this. Now I'm going to have to undo it all and do it all again. So there you go. The drama. Lee has been a member for 22 months. Wow. Victoria Kerr, can we have your matchmakers? No! You can have... I want the mint ones. No other ones. Got the Frannicani on the go, but I've lots of God tier beers in the wings. The previous offer still stands if you need some decent stuff. Yes. I've got plenty in. I was only going to come and sit here with a bottle of Jim Beam. That really drowned my sorrows. Callum's on the Irish cream. A largemouth bass, is that what we think this is? Yeah, could be. For those of you wondering, my latest Christmas present. Quite proud of that. I sat there watching the video wondering how many mirrors you've broken. Right, let's see. I'm miles away. I keep saying this, I'm going to catch up now, and then I read every single comment. Probably the only man who shows how it is that after a disaster still has the balls to front up. Thank you, Phil. Many YouTubers have disasters and hide it. The fish disappear from tanks, or suddenly they want to change things, or a whole tank is of difficult to sell fish got sold. Yeah. Well, pointing no elbows, but yes, I think that has happened to some fishy royalty in the past. I bet Humphrey's a bit peed off having to moving house so many times. You're not wrong. He bit through the net as I was moving him this time. So the video before that was me putting Humphrey in that tank. That actually went quite well. So for the first few hours, or the first day, or until I published that video, I was very on edge watching them. The day after that, totally chilled, totally different atmosphere. Of the whole day that I sat there and watched them, Humphrey maybe chased the bass once, maybe twice. I did end up taking him out just then, because I thought, do you know what, once or twice, there's still once or twice too many. I think I need something else in there. I think it can work, basically, is where I was going with it, but I think I need something else, a shoal of fish. Someone has offered me a shoal of silver dollars that are quite large. That might work. So I thought, I'll take Humphrey out there, let these two fish chill out a bit longer, because the whole circling thing Snakehead was doing, that's its attack pose, really. It's going, no, I'm not sure about you. He did actually just go chomp at Humphrey, and Humphrey went, right, got it, no problem, sir, I'll go and chase this guy instead. And off he went. So the Azul did that. I think it calmed down a lot quicker. He may well have done that during the night and I didn't see it. And that's why it calmed down the second day. But I thought I'm not going to put any more fish in here anytime soon, so I'll just move them out and give them more chance. And we'll see how we get on. Right, sorry, I think see. Plecos are little decorators, they are indeed. They all like to dig and make spaces, but regularly evicted by burrowing geos. Yeah. Plecos are nothing compared to geos in my experience. They are the proper... Oh, a nuclear missile has landed in my fish tank. What? Oh, okay. RIP office. Well, I have plans for the office. I say I have plans. If Megatank dies, my plans are to set fire to the office. But I'm thinking of it extending, so I can't remember if I've ever shown this on camera or if anyone who has been round has seen this. It's kind of... I've boxed off a section of the garage for my fish room. It's not the whole section. I'm going to sort of... I've boxed off like this bit. How can I show this? There's still space this way that I can do, and I've still got space this way that I can extend into. So I'm going to extend the fish room this way and use this space as office space and properly set up a desk and everything in there, so I can still see all my tanks, but just be slightly out of the way a little bit. Still benefit from the heat and things like that, rather than just being attached to Megatank. Because as fun as that is, it was a bit gimmicky, and it did make it hard to film Megatank and all those kind of things. But yeah, it was never going to be a forever solution. I did have an idea of like having doors on Megatank that would flip up and become a desk, but I would quickly get tired of moving the monitors and computers and everything. So we'll just get everything, and then I can use this space, probably turn this into like an extra bedroom or something. Never saw Fish Humphrey out of Megatank. Was he already moved? I did move him separately. Not just because he was being a little bit of a bully, but not because of the incident. The incident was noticed literally the day after I moved them. How are you doing? Have you stopped cursing Megatank yet? Not quite. Yeah. My Barry and Citrus mangoes and gold nuggets are quite the interior decoration. I've never really had Pleco. I mean, I've had gold nuggets before. I've had various Ancistrus and L number Plecos over the years, and I've never really noticed any of them doing as much. But I guess it must be a thing. I specifically didn't want a Pinac because I didn't want wood chomping, so no noise from the stock so far. I really like them though. Mexicali Fishkeeper, hello, working while working. How's the IKEA tank doing? Fine, yeah. I meant to do something with that actually. Sorry, I got a Christmas bonus from work, 25 whole pounds. God, I'm so... sounding so ungrateful. No, so I was going to spend that on another IKEA tank, but I've spent it on something else now. Paul, hello Paul. Chin up, at least you can say you've got a pool in your office. Who else can say that? Yeah. Thing is, if I have to come back and work up here, as you well know, Paul, I'm going to make your life miserable because I'll be constantly moaning about how bloody cold it is. Remember that water storage box thing you had on the balcony of your old house? I think you built it with Stuart. Do you think you'll do another one? No, I've still got that. It just now sits outside the garage. Now that I've got... The whole reason for that was I could have water on tap to do fast water changes with preheated water. But now that I've hooked it up to a shower valve, it goes through the HMA at the temperature I want it. It comes out at the temperature I want, so that's kind of... I've trumped that already, so I don't think I'll need that again. You could flood the space behind the garage and put in a window in the wall. Now you're thinking. No, Graham. That'd be cool, though. The warm water will heat your house from underfloor heating. Yeah, no. Shush with ideas like that. My wife is clearly watching the stream tonight. I don't want to be getting into more trouble. On the plus side, the fish are all okay and sorted. Once sorted, the tank will be mega, and the trials and tribulations will be a distant memory. God only hopes. Yes. Or I'll win the lottery tonight. Euro Millions is tonight, isn't it? I think I've got a lucky dip for that. Then I'll just buy a public aquarium and make it my own. Let's see if I can catch up a bit. Greg's Catfish Cave. Hello there. How are you doing? Sage P. Lindsay. After watching this morning, I stepped out to find the 55 half empty psychic. Oh, that's probably my fault. I probably did something. Big time fish keeper. Hello, boys and girls. Back home from hospital. Love the new monster tank. Beep tank. Beep beep seal. Beep beep beep. If you had built it right first time, there'd been far less content. There you go. That's the silver lining on the cloud, isn't it? I got 2 kilos of algae wafers for Christmas, amongst other things, but nothing else fishy. Well, share your non-fishy things as well. Like my old man glasses holder-onders. What are they called? I don't know. These things. I got a new microphone. That's not fishy, but it's related to the fishy stuff. A new lavalier. You might have noticed in several of my previous videos I had to do voiceovers because the mic kept cutting out. So I've got a new lavalier mic that caught all my swearing in perfect clarity. So that works. Offish plans, I guess it involves wellies and towels, but not in a Welsh way. Work offices are difficult with distractions like aquariums. Space I totally understand. I have a fold-away desk because the guinea pigs move in sometimes. Yeah, well, it's more to do with heat or cold. This house, again, don't want to sound like a moron all the time, but it's either freezing or roasting. It's got quite large rooms, and this bit is open plan, so it's impossible to heat in the winter, so it's freezing. And then in the summer, there are 3 Velux windows over there beaming directly at me, so it's 1,000,000 degrees in the summer. In the fish room, it's climate controlled. It's whatever temperature I set it at. So over the winter, I've been in there going, a bit warm in here. It's been great. Distractions. I really didn't see it as distractions. I saw it as a completely... what's the word I'm looking for? I only found benefits for my hobby side of things. So just being in the fish room and getting to see all my fish by just looking around. 90% of my days I'm sat on call, so I've got a headset on. I'm on a Teams call, always listening and taking notes, but not everything's to do with me. So if my mind wanders, I can be wandering about my fish room, doing water changes or feeding some fish, or just watching the fish and seeing the behaviour. Which, when I'm not in there all the time, if I'd be there to do a job, I'd go down to the fish room to do some water changes or to feed some fish. So I'd see them for those 10 minutes. I wouldn't be spending 8 hours in there. Whereas working from there, I'm already there, and you're just naturally going to see more stuff and get more enjoyment. Well, that was my experience anyway. It worked very well. I was very happy with it. I want to keep doing it. So, need a tank with a desktop like that, photo floating around. Yeah, the real office man. Yes, that would be good. George RB3, I'm going to sneeze. I'm not directing that at you. It's not your fault, George. Scott, hello. Don't forget to hit the like. Well said. Unfortunately, I'll be missing this week's stream. I was out with the mother for a meal. Just did a spicy hot dog challenge and passed it. Cooked it? I don't want to know anymore, actually. George says, hello from the USA. The kids will have a swimming pool. Yeah, so I noticed somebody had commented that. It might even have been you. I meant to reply to that. Yeah, so kids get a paddling pool. Everyone's a winner. Unless there's still fish in it in 6 months' time. Did you fix the monster tank? Not yet. I'm hoping that I can do the first lot of epoxy tomorrow. It should be dry enough for that. It's just taking a bit longer to dry, and I couldn't get all the sand and stuff out, and cleaning it was a bit difficult because I kept finding little damp spots, so it should be dry enough tomorrow. £25, think yourself lucky. I got a turkey. Surely a turkey costs more than £25 and is useful at Christmas. Oh, I haven't told you my Christmas disaster yet either. Born us, yes. My partner got 3 different Christmas packages from his work. Oh, lucky buggers. I have in the past, in much more junior roles and junior smaller companies, got much better and bigger Christmas presents and gifts and bonuses. So I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful. 25 quid, 25 quid. Don't buy a German public aquarium. Are we sure the glass isn't slightly warped causing the issues? I'm not, but I don't think it's that. And even if it... No, I'm not. I don't know that is the case. And if it is, well, I'm stuffed. I'm never going to... I mean, I have had some straight edges on it, and it looks okay, but I don't have a straight edge that's the size of the entire pane of glass, so maybe not. Do you remember an old stream where you spoke about heating a fish room with a mining PC? Oh, yes, that was an idea. I still think that's a good idea. I think it is a good idea. It's just that mining isn't worth it anymore. As far as I can tell. I'm not an expert on these things. But this is my office, my proper office. At the moment, I have the PC that I'm using to stream from. At the moment, I have a server under my desk that runs Plex and all that kind of stuff. And I have my work laptop and a personal laptop. So I've got 4 PCs that all generate heat. Moving them into the fish room would contribute to that. So whereas it's just kind of evaporating into the very cold air here, that would be contributing to the heat requirement of the fish room. So another reason that would make it good. If mining did become a thing, then yeah, definitely I would look into that again. Because that's the problem with mining, is it's very power hungry. So you have to think, is your power output or power consumption equal to your returns from your mining rig? If I wanted it to be hot, because that's another thing, is one of the considerations is how do you keep the temperature manageable, because you don't want it to be hot usually. if that then takes off my power bill of running the aquarium heaters or heating the fish room, it's another bonus. I got a Christmas party at least, and I'm thankful for the bottle of Irish cream from my supervisor, meaning he knows how messy and organised my desk is. A Christmas party's good. We didn't get one of them. Oh, I did get one, but I was ill, so I couldn't go. I got an AA pen for Christmas. I've hidden it from the wife so she doesn't pinch it. Jimmy P, sorry, I'm still laughing at you and your mega tank failure video. Well, good. I hope it gives someone some enjoyment. I got 45 kilos of fish food. Hoping it'll last till summer. My goodness. Sharpie, I also got loads of cheese. I got lots of cheese. Chocolates, not so much. Nightwish merch, nope. And a new tablet, as my 10-year-old Tab 3 is now so out of date that OS isn't supported. That sounds like you did well then. My Christmas Day, we hosted Christmas here in my house. I had the wife's family came down the week before for Fright Christmas, and I'm the chef in our house, so I cooked all the Christmas dinner and everything went swimmingly. And then my family came down for Christmas proper and woke up on Christmas morning, kids up nice and early, opened all their presents, everyone opened their presents, everyone was happy, did a bit of playing with toys and things, had some pancakes for breakfast. I made pancakes for everybody, did all that, cleared it away. It was just kind of, right, best get start getting ready for Christmas lunch. I'll probably need to get the turkey on in about half an hour the turkey. Still in the freezer. Completely forgot to take the turkey out of the freezer, so it was completely frozen solid. That was about 11 o'clock in the morning. So I had a mild panic about that. Those of you who are friends with me on Facebook will already know that. And then I finally got it in the oven. And put the oven on. Said, right, I'll leave it on there it's going to need at least 2 hours before I need to baste it or do anything with it. I could do other things. So I put it on, went away, came back 2 hours later. The oven was off. My dad had seen that the oven was on, not realised what it was, and turned it off, and just wanted away. Nobody had bothered to tell me. So we didn't have our Christmas lunch until about 7:30. But it was fine. It was all very delicious, even if I do say so myself. Oh, chat's jumpy tonight. Why is it doing that? Craig spends 21 hours in my fish room daily. I only leave for work. Really? When do you sleep? Do you sleep in your fish room? If anyone tells you to give up on that tank, don't listen. So, maybe I shall read you some of the comments. YouTube comments. I mean, we've kind of talked about this a little bit before. I don't get the mentality of at least half the people who comment on YouTube videos. It could be a 5-year-old video and someone will tell you, you shouldn't do this, don't do this, do this. You're like, that 5 years ago. What do you expect me to do now? With your smart arse comment 5 years later. I'm not even going to go into the whole comments thing. Just they annoy the hell out of me sometimes. I don't really care if there's nasty comments. Oh, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're fat, you're this, you're that. Okay, thanks for your comment, brilliant. It's the ones that are helpful suggestions tailored to something else, and you're like, why would you even say that? Oh, don't do that. What, the thing I've already done and have just made a video about and explained why I did it in said video, you want me to not do that? Can I borrow your time machine? No? Okay. No. Like this one. Hopefully everyone building tanks are not using you for a tank building reference. LOL. Ha ha ha, fuck off. But there's lots of very supportive comments, and I apologise for swearing. Yeah. So I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate the supportive ones most. Well, I appreciate the funny ones most, I think. Callum got me again with one. It made me laugh. Episode 57, and things silicon doesn't stick to. I got nothing downside of being your own boss. That's a gift in and of itself, Cal. I need to come over and sample some of your wares from the cafe. You get the tank guys in if you win the lottery. Not if you remember the disaster they had with the huge tank in Glen Eagles. I don't remember the huge tank in Glen Eagles. I've been to Glen Eagles a few times, but I don't remember there being a fish tank. Oh, was that big, massive, cylindrical one? Was that Glen Eagles? As in the golf course? It's not the glass. Wood moves, water pushes wood, and then the glass. I think it's down to the strain, tensile strength, and rigidity. My first thought was, does he have a corner brace? And then we saw the failure of the seam even. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate everyone being invested in this and making suggestions. Don't be upset if I don't read the suggestions at the moment. I'm just kind of overfaced with it at the moment. I'm like, don't want to think about it. I'm just going to take baby steps, and if the baby steps work, great. If they don't work, one step closer to setting it on fire. I've had enough. I've had enough of it. I feel bad for laughing at you recently, but don't. I knew it's part of the deal. If you're going to make YouTube videos, there will be people out there who enjoy your stuff, and there will be people who hate your stuff. If the ones who hate it, you can't do anything about that. The ones who enjoy it, if you make them laugh at the same time, even better. I listen to IT guys daily, and they all have mining rigs or gaming rigs or just household servers. Then there's me, who design business systems that are 95% SaaS, and I always wonder when they'll get with the times. Yes, I think there's a thing there. There are IT guys, and I categorize. Well, some of them might watch this. There seems to be a line, and it's kind of age related, that you're an IT guy and you're infrastructure. And then there's a line when you get to cloud computing, and half of them think, well, clouds is just someone else's computer. And half of them think cloud is, wow, you can do anything in the cloud. So if you're on that side, then yes, everything, push it to SaaS, push it to platform as a service, push it to infrastructure as code, and all these things like that. And the other guys are like, no, it's just someone else's computer behind the scenes. I want to understand how that computer works. That's what makes me laugh about the IT guys. Yeah. But it is the future. Cloud is the future. I'm going to scare off everyone now if I start talking about IT stuff. M&C Aquatics, with everything I've had going on, I haven't had much time in my fish room. Well, that was one of the big benefits for me of having my office in the fish room, is I don't have a lot of time. I'm time poor. So spending time that I have to be doing something else, and I have to work because I have to pay the bills. If I can do that in the fish room, that's the bonus. What did the kids get? Any toys? Definitely not for you. They got all sorts. Not too many toys that I wanted to play with. I mean, they're spoiled brats. They got everything already. So it was quite a cheap Christmas. So the last few years has been all Xboxes, PlayStations, PCs, whatever. But this year it was quite restrained. They still got loads of stuff. So eldest is into his swords and things like that. So he got some training swords and some gloves, sword fighting gloves, and I've got like 6 pairs of gloves for different things. The middle one wanted all kinds of things, like, you know, those things you see on TikTok or whatever, where it's like a Game Boy, but it's got 400 games installed on it. He's into his retro gaming, so we got one of them. Loads of sweets, all good stuff. So we had lots of toys to play with, but no big things. Sorry, I'm a nerd. Me too. Don't listen to YouTube. Well, yeah, it is annoying sometimes, and I know that if there's 2,000 people watch something, it is statistically impossible for at least a small percentage of those people to be arseholes. So they're going to be arseholes and they're going to say silly things, and I should just ignore it. If they're mean, it's a lot easier to ignore than if they're stupid or incomprehensible or annoying. I think, and the annoying ones are the ones that are like. There was one recently I got really pissed off with, and I generally don't engage, but I got really pissed off because I can't even remember what it was, but I'd made a video saying this is why I'm doing this thing. What was it? Oh, I was moving the fish in from the pond, the goldfish, moving them inside. And it was like literally called Why I'm Moving My Goldfish or something like that. And one of the comments went, why have you done that? I'm like, I thought, like 12 minutes of a video of me explaining every reason of why I'm doing that. Yeah, but why have you done it though? Even if you just look at the title, it explains why I'm doing it. If you look at the first 30 seconds of the video, I cover at a high level why I'm doing it. If that doesn't cut it, watch the rest of the video where I go into each point of each reason that I'm moving them. Yeah, but why are you doing it though? Where do you live so I can come down and strangle you? It's that level of what? Did you not always say you wanted to get a group of Oscars? Now you have the tank. Well, nearly. Yeah, nearly. Yeah, and I was going down that road. I had already put feelers out to a few places that had decent-sized Oscars. Something slamming. I don't just want Oscars. I wanted nice Oscars. So I really like the Colombian ones. So I wanted to get a load of them. I have one of them. It's a decent size. But then that rescue came along and that kind of manjacks that. But we might get there. Sharpie, I usually reply with something along the lines of, I look forward to your scripted, edited and professionally shot video soon. Yes. Paul says, you know that all successful projects are backed up by a solid design and solution. We might have found the problem. How very dare you, Paul? All my work is professionally designed. I produce rigorous designs saying, we are going to do a thing. It will cost money and take time. The end. Graham Kerr. What's in the mug? We're on Franny Canny. Premium Weiss beer. Cheap too. Not that that's the only reason I got it. It's nice. It's going to spill. Still not got a hang of pouring beers. Oh, we've got table tennis at the cafe. Courtney wants a rematch. Well, as I have my own table tennis table here, I'm practically unbeatable now. So you're on, Courtney. Yes, that was Gleneagles. The village, not the golf course. Aha. Apparently caused 6 million in damage. Wowzers. Ooh. Looks like we're all going around to Graham's bonfire night. Who's bringing the sausages? Well, hopefully not, but you never know. We might get there. I get drama from talking about fish diets. So I almost commented on your video earlier saying, so you're saying that beef heart isn't a natural food source for a wild discus? To the point of strength of bracing, I did think the top bracing was less than I expected. I have a braceless tank that's huge, made of 50mm glass, and I hate it as it has no braces. I can't remember how I figured this out, so I'm prepared to go back and recalculate that. I did do a calculation that suggested, oh no, if I have a brace, one brace, a single brace, and so many screws, that would provide enough rigidity with the thickness of the glass and I can't remember what the word is, but so the glass is actually the length of the tank, but the front walls come out like a good 6 inches or however long it is. So all that around all the glass counts as some kind of brace, and then the brace across the top ties it all together. I have looked and can't find where I did that calculation, so that could be all completely bollocks. Happy to look at that again. Not today, though. Not today. Other than Mega Tank, what are your goals in the fish room for the new year? I have a little notebook with my video ideas, and that was one of the ideas. I was going to make a what do you expect from 2023? And I didn't have anything in it other than one of them was do more breeding. So get a load of discus pairs and breed them to the point of one day, once all the fish have grown up and died and moved away, having enough discus to do the biggest discus tank on YouTube. Assuming energy bills come down in 10 years or whatever. But I could sell them while I was doing that. I would fund more and more projects while I was doing that. So I was thinking of dedicating a rack to breeding, having like maybe 4 to 6 pairs and grow out tanks along some racks, and then another rack for just projects and other cool fish and things like that. But other than that, I haven't got very far. I keep being distracted by ridiculously stupid projects going wrong. If I was building a tank over 30 inches, it'd be massively braced. 15 inches. 15. What? If I was building a tank over 30 feet, it'd be massively braced. 15 feet glass and 36 19mm glass and still braced. My 8x4 by 2.75 is braced every 2 foot. Hence asking if your braces are strong. Yeah, maybe that is it. Maybe I just got my calculations wrong. I haven't noticed any flex when it's been full. I did rigorously measure it constantly, the front to back, to see if there was any deflection, and it didn't. But that's not to say that I just missed it and that's when it went wrong. Your kids got practice swords, etc. Have you looked? Yes, I have looked into the UK medieval reenactment. We were thinking of taking them to like an archery thing, which was like the gateway drug into reenactments. But he's like, no, I'm not interested. I'm teenager. But I think it is worth looking. We probably will be taking them along, so I might pick your brains on that next week. Oh, where's it gone? Bob Brady, did you see my comment in your last video regarding the King of DIY YouTube dude? He might be able to give you some lessons learned with the rubber sealer. You must be new here, Bobby. The King in DIY and I don't always see eye to eye. Well, we're fine now. But no, I won't be taking advice from him, and I don't think he'll be offering it. Mega tank cost update video. Well, there'll have to be one because I'll have to add in the cost of swimming pools and millions of litres more of silicon and epoxy and fiberglassing kits and pardon me. Nightbot is official. So QC Aquaholic saying I'm very wary of clicking a link from someone with bot and handle. That is just the normal thing. That's like making sure no one swears or uses capital letters or other things that gets very upset about. But that is, I mean, if you want to subscribe, there should be a link down under all this. Have you never seen a Scalodiscus bring down a cow? Yeah, happens all the time. That's what I mean. That's why I was going to mention it in Rebecca's video and say, what? No. Amateurs, you know you've touched a nerve when a video gets you death threats. Well, to be fair, only my King of DIY videos got me death threats. And I'm still here. So, you know. "2023 video ideas, beer and fish tour of Nantwich." Definitely, I need to get that on the cards. I did realise I'm terrible at this. So, up here, Discord. You can join our Discord server, where I don't know how to use Discord. I noticed that tons of you had been sending me messages, private messages. I didn't know how to read them. I work in IT. So I've never figured that out, so that's why I think I've added some of you as friends or replied to your messages recently. Yeah, 2023, maybe I need to get out the house more. So the first video that I've got planned that I've started doing is, for the last couple of years, I've done a how much money I made on YouTube video. Kind of year in review, how many views, how many subscribers, how much money, what's worked, what hasn't worked. And weirdly, my money's going up, but my engagement's going down. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm clearly not identifying the trends correctly of what I need to do to grow. And my growth has been rubbish. I set myself a target of 15,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And got to be honest, I thought that would be a piece of piss. I thought that would be easy. I was expecting to surpass that by 1,000, if not more. And I'm going to miss it. Yeah, I'm like 100 short or something like that. So I'm not going to get there. So I think I need to do some new things. And a lot of the channels that I'm seeing that are growing are getting out there and they're doing things rather than my channel is just me in my fish room, or me doing my projects, or me looking at a thing, or me. And I'm the problem. It's too much me. I think I need to, and I did used to do more like fish room tours and things like that, the fish shop tours, and yeah, there are clearly benefits for just getting out there and doing more. I mean, there's some really terrible, there's some really good YouTubers who have far fewer subscribers than me, and there are some really terrible YouTubers who have far more subscribers than me and more views. And you watch those videos and go, what? How is this guy? What? I'm sure there's some people that look at me and go, what? How is this guy getting? What? He's got 1,000 views on that video. Oh, but have to get out and do more, I think, would be one of the things. More collaborations. I'm always reticent to do collaborations because I don't think I've got anything to bring to the table. Yeah, everything I've got is already out there. It's not like I'm some kind of genius savant fish keeper that's like, well, you can benefit from my years of experience. Because I'm like, well, no, I'm just making it up as I go along like everyone else. Get a lot of people. So, if you want to do a collaboration with me, ask. I have no problem doing it. I get asked fairly regularly. Why it never works is because I get asked under the banner of, can we do a collab? And I go, yeah, what would you like to do? I don't know. Well, no then. I'm not going to do all the work. You have to come with an idea of what you want to do. It doesn't have to be a good idea. I'm happy to support smaller channels, bigger channels. I'm not precious about, oh no, this is my channel, not sullying it with a small channel. No, fine, I don't mind. As you will notice, the collabs I have done have been with very small channels sometimes and bigger channels. It's more about having a good idea of what reason to do it. So I'm not precious about it. I don't want to do all the work. So if I'm going to reach out to someone else to say, do you want to do a collab? I feel like I've got to come with some kind of genius idea. I'm half of me doesn't have an idea, and the other half of me doesn't want to suggest an idea because I think it's, maybe this is why the other people don't ask me. I think it's presumptive of me to say, oh, you should do this because this would be funny, or well, I don't want to be funny. I'm a serious channel. Yeah, okay, good point. I'll just not suggest anything and I'll not do anything. So, if you want to reach out for a collab with me, any idea goes. I'll probably say yes. I don't mind looking stupid. I don't mind doing things for a laugh, for fun. I don't mind being serious. Whatever. I want you to suggest the idea, because if you're the channel that's trying to grow, you need to do your thing and then have me come into it. Does that make sense? There's no point if I had 500 subscribers and I reached out to me to say, can we do a collab? And then we do something that I want to do. It's not going to offer you any benefit. You're not going to grow from that because it's not your content. It's my content. So you have to come up with the driver behind why you want to do the collab. But saying that, just getting out, going to shows, going to fish shops, going to fish meets, more auctions, maybe filming at the auctions, visiting other people with fish rooms, visiting you, for instance. I think I have to do more of that sort of thing if I want to grow a little bit better. Yeah. Right, sorry, that went off a bit of a... Have you been on the Ravenforge site? It's great for swords and other cool stuff. Good prices too. I haven't. I still need to look at that. No idiotic Imperial. I didn't know you guys didn't get along. Oh, we get along fine. We just don't talk to each other anymore. It's much more beneficial. I found someone offering adult stinker discus at £15 each, but I want wilds again. Just what I do with my lone male blue Turk stinker. You can give them to me if you want. Question: does fiberglass bond to liquid rubber? We shall find out tomorrow. I mean, it says it does. We have a new fish. Oh, what is your new fish, Courtney? I have seen Callum touting himself on all the rehoming Yeah, I'll take it. I want something new. What did you get? YouTube is changing, our viewers are. I was thinking of interviewing people, but I'm not good at that. Maybe discussions. Fish store tours would be painful. Yeah, I mean, I stopped fish store tours because I didn't think they were very good. And I found them difficult to edit. I found them difficult to shoot because you were always getting other people there, so you'd either have to go when it was empty. I didn't really enjoy asking for permission to film because then everybody suddenly went, ooh. Or would go no because they knew fine well they hadn't gone round and meticulously cleaned every tank and they didn't want it showing up on YouTube looking something slightly out of place or whatever. And then when you shot the video, it's basically me walking around going, oh, here's a tank with some cool fish. Oh, here's another tank with some cool fish. Oh, these ones are quite expensive. These ones are quite cheap. They're also cool. Don't really like these ones. And I thought, who's getting anything out of this? But they did do well. They always got good views. But if I don't really like them, I find it hard to do. If I'm not enjoying doing it, I find it hard to do it. Which kind of makes sense, but pardon me. Discussions rather than interviews, I think, is a good way to go, and I think that's what I keep saying it, or I've not said it for a while, but I wanted this forum to be somewhere where I have discussions. So rather than it just be me blethering for a couple of hours every Friday night, we would have guests, and we'd chat about whatever, whether it was fish, whether it was IT, whatever it be, the topic of the day. It could be a bit of both. And I've seen tons of fish tubers do that, where they have 4 or 5 different people on and they have the discussions. And I thought, yeah, well, it's kind of saturated. The market's saturated now, so maybe I won't do that. Which is why I've never really got off the ground with it. But I had that idea, and it was only half an idea, that I would be more of a moderator or more of a facilitator than a participant. And so one idea was it would be I'd have someone famous, so someone who was, I don't know, really good at what they did, the king of DIY, George Farmer, some kind of personality in the world, and maybe another fish tuber, maybe an enthusiastic amateur who doesn't do YouTube, but they're into their fish. And we'd have like a round table, 4 of us, and I would just kind of direct the conversation and prompt and ask questions and do this and just feed the discussion and let these just be presenting the discussion. I didn't try very hard, but the times I did try to get that going together, everyone was like, no, don't want to do that, don't want to be involved in that, that sounds terrible. You'll get some uppity little oik come and ask awkward questions or tell me I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm not putting myself through that. Kind of get it. So then I thought, fine, I'll just do it with me, said person. And to be fair, yeah, a few people said yes, I just never got around to organising it or doing it. And I never really felt... I'd much rather have normal people rather than other people like me. So one of the ideas I had was they just have chat. So I'd bring you in to Discord. So you ask a question, I'll bring you in. We'll split the screen down the middle. You can go on one side and ask me the question and we'll talk about it. Or we'll just have people that just want to jump in. So we'll have a regular. So if you're a regular here, I might make you a mod. That was another thing I was planning on doing. So getting some more mods for some of the people who just show up more and more, because yeah, people are busy. They can't show up every week. But maybe we have a larger mod team and the mods come on stream and it's not just me blethering about stuff. We blether. Someone else takes a question. So what one theme that I'd noticed As someone will ask a question, and because I'm so far behind in chat, you've already answered it by the time I get to it. So why don't I just shut up for a minute and bring you in, and I go away completely, and you do this thing. And ideas around that sort of area, not just the traditional. Right, we've got Jim blogs. Jim, why do you like fish? How long have you been keeping fish? What's your favourite fish? I don't want to see that. I don't think anyone else does either. So I can't think of anything better, so that's why we've not actually got it off the ground. Does that make sense? Stinker breeding pairs have arrived in the UK from the hatchery, so hopefully after the current stock has gone down, there'll be a fresh supply. How's that tank situation going? It's going. It'll get there. The decades-old YouTubers who preach there are plenty of flaws. Well, yeah, there are plenty of flaws. Try making a friend with a Maidenhead Aquatics manager so you can take fish back a few days after doing a tank. Well, I've got quite friendly with the Maidenhead Aquatics people in Sheffield. They put me on to the mega tank inhabitants. In fact, some of my fish, like the cactus pickerel, is one of their fish that they brought in. And they do make good deals and stuff, so yeah, happy to add. That might be something to do, actually. Go down and film them. Like, what is it? What's his face? Eyebrows behead. Why am I forgetting what his name is? He makes YouTube videos from the UK, has a meticulously manicured beard and eyebrows with no hair. Does lots of videos in Maidenhead Aquatics. Oh, that's embarrassing. You know who I mean, him. Lots of his videos are at Maidenhead Aquatics. I'm like, oh, that's a brilliant idea. Rather than having to buy your own fish, you just go and see what fish they're bringing in. You go, there you go. And I really enjoy watching that content. I love watching his videos. I love watching the interaction between him and the fish shop manager there and what they do, and they build some tanks and they do this. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be a good idea. Thinking of the same person as I am, Rebecca. Is it Fatherfish by any chance? I'd be happy to do a collaboration, but I have no ideas. Discussions on Discus there, debates. That's the best. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's not. I think I might have scared some smaller people off. What's happened here? In the past by saying you have to come with ideas. Because I've had a few people email and say, I'm interested in doing a collaboration, but I don't know what to suggest, so, and then they disappear. That's not what I mean. It doesn't have to be like the most original thing in the world, but it has to be something, and it can be something unoriginal. It can just be, can I come on your live stream and we'll have a discussion about something? Whatever comes up on topic, that's fine. That's an idea. That's great. When I first got Humphrey, I didn't know all that much about flower horns, so I had a big fish lad, Paul, and I suggested, well, why don't you give me tips on how to care for your first flower horn? And we did a video together, and it was him giving out tips and me reacting to the tips. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was a great video. So it would be things like him saying, well, you need to make sure you give your flower horn some enrichment. Sometimes a mirror is a good idea. And then I'd be upstairs getting the big bathroom mirror off the wall and hoiking it downstairs. So it would be me misunderstanding his properly serious tips. Lazarus the fish boy, a young kid from Australia, he had, I just want to ask you a bunch of questions and then you answer them and I'll edit it into a video. Yeah, fine. No problem. Tried and tested methods. I don't want to. The thing I hate the most is, can we do a collaboration? Yes, we can. What would you like to do? I have no idea. Well, you have to at least start with some idea. It doesn't have to be the most original idea in the world. I just don't want it to be me suggesting to you what you should do, because if it's, I think it should be the person requesting the collaboration. So usually you're requesting a collaboration because you like the things that person does, and you want to get an audience with their audience, or you want exposure to their audience. You're trying to grow yourself, or you're trying to make them grow. So if you're trying to grow, if you're trying to expose yourself to their audience, then you want to expose you. You don't want to expose you pretending to be them. So I don't feel like I'm making any sense here at all. I know what I mean, and I'm sorry that I'm not very good at communicating what I mean. I'm not trying to be picky. I'm not trying to be obstructive. I want to do collaborations with anyone. I just want to make sure you get something out of it as well as me, if that makes sense. So, in this idea, discussions on disc scare, perfect. Debates, perfect. Moaning about people who don't take people seriously, perfect. Whatever it may be, yeah. To be honest, I have Mixed Fish due to visit next year, and Big Fish Lads is local, and the trend is that you're all decent tubers and fish people, so it'd be cool for you guys to collab. Maybe we should all come at once. Right, get me in before Mixed Fish. Come to mine and show me how not to build Megatank. Well, that's what the Megatank series is all about. I did this. Maybe you shouldn't. Right, sorry, I'm miles behind again. Give Corey a shout. You'll be surprised what he'll agree to if he's available. Maybe get him on the stream. Again, I'm a victim of my own shyness and embarrassment. As much as I'm saying, well, if you want to do a collab with me, you have to come up with some ideas. I don't have ideas. So when I want to do a collab with someone else, you know what I mean? All good, Graham. I joined the channel a few weeks ago, and I've probably seen a year's worth of your videos. Honestly, I watch because of you, not because of anything else. Be you. Do what makes you happy. Well, yeah, and I do. That's maybe why I haven't grown as fast as I could have done. But don't force it. Just do what works. Exactly. Right, let's see if we can get through a few more. Aquarium Adventures. If you have any ideas for a collab, I can soon film and waffle about something. Yeah, there you go. My fish room is like, why is there a dead bird on a shelf? How do you find anything when you need it? I won't mention the jars of dead fish. I do like it when you post pictures of dead fish. I just always want to comment on it. Thanks, too small. Paul McCarthy, hello. Cal got a big Oscar. Oh, very nice. A big old ugly Oscar. He's got a great personality. Did you ask the store owner to film mostly? That's the scary part. I worked in a store, and if anyone asked the staff, it would have to make sure everything was immaculate. That's the problem. I don't like to put that pressure on them. So one, I don't like asking the store owners or the staff in the first place, because, you know, people don't like people, dealing with people. Two, unless the place is immaculate, they're going to say no, because they don't want me filming and showing things that are perfectly acceptable, but they're like, oh no, there's algae in that thing. Oh, don't show that one. Another one was like, oh no. I did ask, but she didn't realise there would be audio, and she didn't like the sound of her voice. So she was moaning at me afterwards. So I didn't realise you'd be doing audio as well. Oh, and I was speaking all through that, and my voice is ridiculous. You're like, how did you not realise that? But anyway. And a lot of my philosophy is it's easier to... It's often easier to apologise afterwards than get permission in advance. It's not a nice thing to do, but sometimes that is. My Oscar the Grouch. Scrape the rubber shite off, sand the tank and glass it properly. Don't try to cover the crap, it will haunt you. You know what I was talking about earlier? You come and do that. Otherwise, you can watch me not do it and be haunted. I'm going to be videoing some koi shows in the summer and I'm hoping to get some tropical events too. Yep, that was one of the things I was talking about. Some events. Animals at Home is a good podcast for discussions and interviews. His are often aimed at more difficult topics within the reptile hobby. Koi shows would be amazing. Would you be able to ask what judges? Yeah, so there used to be discus shows were quite the thing. And I got to know a few discus judges not quite well, but I knew of them and I had spoken to them and exchanged messages with them. So I thought that'd be a great video. You film a judging. What are you looking for? Why are you giving that? There's so many points there and that one different. So that kind of thing. Scottish people are not normal. Yeah, never normal. George Farmer's very different off camera. Pretty funny guy. Very into his herbs. I remember you saying. Feels very heart on sleeve this evening, and I don't have any of the ideas. I'm loving the fact that you're so much about the community. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the people that I speak to they're like, so. Let's see if I can find some of the emails. Actually, I can't even remember. That would be embarrassing today. But they're like almost reverential. Oh, hello, sir. Oh, great one of YouTube. And I'm like, hello, have you seen any of my videos or my live streams? I'm nothing special, even in terms of YouTube. I'm not a big channel. I know I might be bigger than you, but that doesn't. I'm not special. It's not the army. It's not a rank. You have to address me as sir. So just because I've been doing it longer than you doesn't mean that you're not better than me. So cut out that shit. And I am about the community because I know that I'm an enthusiastic amateur. I keep saying this. There's so many more people out there who know a lot more than me. So I want to give them a platform, if nothing else. If I've managed to get a platform, I'm happy to share it. Especially when lots of people know more than I do. MD Fish Tanks, there's the one. Yes. Eyebrows person. I'm very sorry if you're watching this. the guy with the eyebrows. That could be me. Are you still using your Felix Smart? I am still using my Felix Smart. Can you not? No, you can't quite see it. There's one of them there. That is quite grainy, isn't it? I'll need to sort that out. And then I've got Megatank hooked up to another one down in the fish room. Eyebrow Head Aquatics. Balding YouTuber with eyebrows is narrowing it down well. I'm beginning to think you've got a problem, Rebecca, with balding people. What's the baldest? Discriminating against bald people. You were doing this last night as well. MD down to the MD fish tanks. Yes, it is MD. I just had a mind blank. It happens. It happens more than I care to admit. Oh, gosh, crap. I'm covered in as well. Why didn't anyone tell me this earlier? Why not a blog with Missy's adventures? Why Graham's Aquariums gives me migraines. Yes. Just start fighting with my channels again. Yeah. You know that Corey guy? What's he on about? Doesn't know anything. I did get a bite from a pond gimp once called Callum, but he didn't mention my channel once. CE Fish Essentials would be epic if you want to talk discus diets and the fishies in the wild, along with angel fishies. Really nice person. Is that Chris Inglesu? He's even kept Rio Jingu discus. MD and Matt. So it's Matt's fish. He's the guy who works there, isn't it? How's your little girl's Bella doing? Better? L is nowhere near T. Bella? Well, if you mean better, it's fine. Still going strong. She's not quite as into it as she first was. I do have to quite often go in and go, have you fed this fish recently? Well, I'll just feed it now for you. MD 2020, the bald escaper. I mentioned when working for our aquarium company, most fish keepers are balding. It must be the stress. Maybe that's what it is. No. I started going bald when I was like 20. I visited a friend to buy some koi and he filmed it for his channel. After watching it, I was cringing with horror at the sound of my own voice. Yeah. I just have to blank it out now. The worst thing in the world is when you're editing a video. So, like, if I'm sat here, I'll be editing a video and I'll be playing, it's my own voice saying the same sentence like 10 times in a row and I'm trying to cut it just right. And I would like have a visceral reaction. I'd be like, oh God, why do I speak like that? Is that what I really sound like? And everyone would go, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I just don't hear it anymore. It's just one of those things you have to get almost numbed to it. Still need to do discussing discus. What is like a regular returning series or something like that. There used to be a Facebook group called, what was it? It was Discus Revolution, and I joined it, and one of my real life friends who wasn't into fish also joined it, thinking I joined a group to discuss revolution. He's like, I thought you were getting into something, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. Well, no, I'm not trying to overthrow the government. I want to talk about fish. I calculated that at 75% balding for where I worked, along with an average age of 41. And they bet you they all look 51. The stress is real with working with fish. Oh dear. Amazon researcher for ornamental fishes. Dr. Awesome, is that you? Howdy, how are you? I just shout Graham and give you a big hug. Well, I could use a hug at the moment. I think that's the problem. Did you upgrade to the new version they came out with on the Felix Spark? I have one of them's the V1, one of them's the V2. And, that reminds me. They reached out to me to see if I would work with them on something. I was meant to have a video call with them last week and it didn't happen. So there's some beta testing on some new features for Felix, but they also wanted to talk to me about something else. So we might have an inside scoop at some point. I talk about wild discus diets in my talks and what I feed my wilds. Well, if you ever want to collaborate, Dr. Anthony, you can come and share my platform and we can talk about discus and you can educate us. It is Chris English. Yeah, it's a hard name to say, never mind, right. He makes his own discus diets based on what to eat in the wild and when he's seen them there. I'd say come to mind when I get on my feet again and get a tank, and the first time sump guide for an idiot like me, as I have no clues on a sump, even after so many how-tos. And sumps are really good. They're pretty... I see where you come from that, because before I got a sump, I was a bit like, oh, sumps. But now I'm like, no, sumps. Sumps are easy. It's dialing them in that's the difficult part. My editing software makes my voice higher pitched when editing. If you can call it that, as Windows Movie Maker would be better if it still existed. Editing? Sharpie, you're going to have to get into editing at some point. I posted recently that Sony Vegas, well, it's not called Sony Vegas anymore because Sony sold it. Vegas. I did a humble bundle where you could get Vegas, basically the whole suite of Vegas apps. So sound recording. I now can't remember what any of them are called, but basically there was 5 or 6 apps, and that was for like 20 quid. So I don't like to admit it was the first time I've ever paid for it. So I've now got a proper legit copy. I think it's, having tried all the other ones, so DaVinci Resolve, absolutely brilliant, free for most of its features. If you want to get some of the advanced features, you have to pay for them, but the free version is really good. It's just not intuitive, or I couldn't find it as intuitive. Pardon me. Adobe, great, but expensive. So after the free trial, it wasn't giving me anything that I couldn't get with Vegas for a hell of a lot cheaper. Vegas it's just so easy. It seems so easy, and it could be I'm a victim of that's the one I learned first. Therefore, I've stuck with it all this time. But I like it. It's really good. It's really intuitive and easy to use. So there you go. That's my recommendation. I feel your pain with your mega tank. Yeah, I saw your comment earlier. I'm editing thumbnails on Paint. God. I remember when I offered to edit your videos for you. That still stands. You just need to spend a little bit of time. Maybe we should do like a workshop one week where edit a video with me and I'll show you how I edit my videos. And then you can all just copy. Because there's literally half a dozen commands that you need to learn how to do. And then from there, everything's so much easier. If we could do videos by hand, I'd be fine. It's not that hard. You just need to dedicate a little bit of time to learn something. The only reason I know Sony Vegas is I was trying loads of different things. But you remember the guy that used to edit videos for Aquarium Co-op? Jimmy. Whose name I can't remember now. Jimmy Gimbal or something like that it was. He had his own channel. And he literally did that. He did that. Right, this is me editing a video. This is how I do it. And he showed like 4 or 5 different shortcuts. And that was everything you needed to know. From that point on, you could edit almost everything within that. There are maybe 100,000 different other features of things you can do on top of that, but you rarely need to use them, like speed ramps and all that kind of stuff. No one cares. You do need to find something like, how do I do cinematic bars, or how do I zoom in this? Just Google it and you'll find some of those. Say, well, click that, done, easy. So if you get and the same thing exists for DaVinci Resolve, so I'm sure if you learned that first, you'd be fine as well. I too bought that Vegas Pro Humble Bundle. That's not easy to say. Humble Bundle. It is. It's great. It's like 22 quid or something like that for everything, and it was really, really, really good. A workshop would be good. I need the programs you use. So, maybe we will do that as a wee extra side project, like a members only stream if you want to. No, that means you have to pay. I'll figure something out. But I use Sony Vegas Pro and Photoshop. That's it. GIMP would be just as good as Photoshop. I just happen to have Photoshop. Completely legit. Honest. Now, I don't think people who work in IT ever pay for software. We just find versions of it places. But that's everything you need. There are other tools like, was it Sharpie that said that earlier? I use TubeBuddy for thumbnails. Yeah, the thing about thumbnails, from my point of view, is you need to decide what kind of thumbnail person you're going to be. So there are very prescriptive rules about thumbnails. And I find it difficult to follow them because, I don't know, I'm my own worst enemy, is that how I say it? But let's look at some of my content. I like to try and create a loose theme. So if I share this with you, and move myself out of the way again. So generally a picture, yellow text, picture, yellow text, picture, yellow text, picture, yellow text, picture, yellow text. So my theme is a picture that vaguely describes what it is with some text that says something. Sometimes this is some kind of alliteration, and sometimes it's something to. So it happened again. That's meant to draw you in and go, what happened again? Oh, what are you on about? So you could argue that has worked. And sometimes it's mixing monsters. It's just like something to put there. What is that on about? Fish rescue, what? It's back. What's back? I don't know. But then when you get used to my content, you think, all right, so if it's a fat bloke with yellow text, then that's going to be an Aquarium Adventures video. Occasionally I step outside that, like this is my IKEA video. I just thought that was a good thumbnail because it's an IKEA man and he's building a fish tank. Great. But I generally try and keep a theme, whereas some of them will be a lot more prescriptive, like, okay, we're going to have a central figure. You have to have your face in it, and then you have to outline your face in some kind of stroking. That's like, when you have like a border around part of the image, like that. Don't know if you can see that because it's very small. We've got the blue line around my head. The face. I hate doing it. Some of them will even have really prescriptive things about you have to start with a gradient. So you start with a blank square and you go from blue to red. The top right hand corner is always red and you always leave that red. And that's your tag. So you see that everywhere. You'll see that with loads of like really, really big YouTubers. That is some kind of mental thing that if you have got millions of subscribers, you go, oh, that's that thing. And click, and you get the view. But yeah, I'm just not there with thumbnails. Some I'm quite proud of, some I'm less proud of. Like, I quite like this one. Mega Tank, huge mistake. I'm thinking, everyone's going to think this is another. This is when I was. I hate it now. But this is when I was sure Mega Tank was fine. And I thought, this will get all those people who are expecting it to be a disaster to click on the link, and then I can go, haha, it isn't a disaster. It's just, I was kidding on. And then we have this one. It happened again. It is a disaster. But literally the whole editing process, I've kind of got it down now that I can do the basic video fine, as long as I'm not trying to do anything too fancy or extra. Talking about sumps, your freshwater sump looks the best way. Back when you did the video, can you maybe do an idiot's guide? As I truly do not understand them. Maybe that actually is becoming one of my more popular videos. That really is a sleeper video. Because every month now, still got 1,000 views this month for a 3-year-old video. That's not bad. Just edit on your phone. InShot is a great app for video editing if you want to keep it super simple. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be anything special. I just feel like some of my supervisors, I am the scientist who does things as they were 40 years ago. Most scientists code now. I can't even do that. It's not true. You can. Of course you can. You ever had a big track? You might not know what that is unless you're a certain age. But coding is just... I will say start with a big track. Forward 7, left 3. That's coding. If you do some of the coding things designed for kids, that's 90% of it. Everything else is just about efficiency. I'd like to see more catching wild fish. Would probably attract lots of views as well. Well, I did mean to do that this year and I never quite got around to it. Film on camera, transfer to HMS, crop up, upload, simple. There you go. On my channel next week, I will be posting a few videos of me and my team collecting fish here in Peru. We are going out Sunday and Monday. Sounds cool. Good audio is key to a decent video. That is true. I think that's one of the most underrated rules. People will put up with a lot of crap video-wise, but as soon as they can't hear it properly, no. Spandog. I have a huge Java firm I've had for ages. I recently transferred to a new barb tank and it's having some brown die-off. I have CO2, but only occasionally use. Do people think I should dose fertilizers? Having some brown die-off. I'd like to see some pictures to confirm for sure. So, join the Discord, show us some pictures. But it could be a case of... It's hard to tell because I don't want to say, it's probably lacking in nutrients, and then it's not, and it's something else completely different, and then I get you to add something that causes even more problems. But yeah, let's have some pictures. It'll probably be a lot easier to tell. One of the fishermen brought back a brand new ancestris from the Ecuador border. That sounds cool. I use a Chrome extension to change the YouTube thumbnails. I don't feel it changes my YouTube views, but what do I know about analytics? I mean, a lot of it, if you get into YouTube, so you generally start with one of a few ways. So my way was, I'm going to make some videos. I'm going to record some of my fish. Purely so as I can come back and look at that video 6 months later and say, it's got bigger. Oh, it's changed colour. It's done this. It's done that. It's done whatever. And then by accident, what did I do? I think the first video I did where it wasn't that was I had made a king of DIY overhead sump filter. And I said, I've done this thing. I've got the king of DIY's book and I've made this thing. Look, here it is. And it got something like, 400 views. I was like, well, I don't know 400 people. Who's watching my videos? Well, almost upset about them. How rude, coming and watching my videos. I thought, I can't believe there are people doing that. So I made more videos, and eventually ended up. And at some point, you go, right, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it properly. What do people do? And you look at TubeBuddy, you look at vidIQ, you look at all these other how to do YouTube. And they say things like, you need to do A/B testing to find out what thumbnail's performing better than another thumbnail. Like, I've got 400 people watching my videos. That's not a big enough sample size to be able to tell statistically what the hell's going on. If I have 1 million people watching, yes, that would work, but it's not helpful. And a lot of it is about these little thumbnail tweaks. Oh, have a red triangle in the corner because you'll get more engagement. Not if your engagement is currently at 400 views. If it's at 4 million views, you might get 4.5 million views, and that makes a difference. If it's at 400 and you get 420, it's not going to make a difference. So I do feel that a lot of the pushed content, so your Nick Nimmons and all that kind of stuff, there are nuggets of gold to be found in there, but a lot of them are just trotting out the same old crap again. The colour gradient's interesting, never thought of that. I hear human faces help a lot. Again, yeah, human faces do help a lot because it's a psychological thing, and I remember someone explaining it really well, and it does, it makes sense. It's like, okay, there's a person there. The same as videos where you don't speak, and it's just you showing things with text on, that's fine, but as soon as you speak or show yourself on camera, it's one extra opportunity for a connection. It's all about making the connection. So if somebody likes you or hates you, they'll engage with you. Whether they hate you, they'll still engage. Whether they like you, they'll still engage. If you're not there, they can't do either of those things. So they just don't engage, so you don't get that. That doesn't count as a click. It doesn't count as a view. It doesn't count as any of the things. Or there's no opportunity to expand on that, to click, that view, that like, whatever. But as a person, I'm like, oh, do I really want to put my face on a video? Someone might see that. Oh no, I don't want that. But you have to. It's one of the. It does make, even at my level, you can see if I don't put my face on it, I get fewer impressions. And I mean, the awful thing about it is most of them, no, I don't know if it's most of the impressions, a percentage of those impressions will be some people going, that guy again. I'm going to watch the hell out of this video and I'm going to angrily type. And then I sit back and go, I don't really care if you hate me, you still watched it. You just have to have thick skin, I guess. But yeah, adding your face, becoming more natural. To be honest, 90% of it is just doing it over and over and over again and getting more used to these things. Like, take that video that I did today. That was me. I switched the camera on and I didn't think about what I was going to say. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to say what I feel. I was super pissed off. I vented. It made me feel better. I knew that if I said anything really atrocious, I could cut it out in the edit. I did cut out a few C-bombs. But yeah, I just went for it. And I wouldn't have done that a year ago. Wouldn't have done that 2 years ago. You need to just be comfortable. And you learn things. Like, I know that I have a tendency to wander and ramble. So a lot of these live streams are me picking up on a comment and talking nonsense for 20 minutes, so it's nothing to do with that comment. I do that, as I'm proving now. I do that on the live streams, but I tend to cut it out on the videos because you need to just be. You shoot 20 minutes, you cut it down to 10 minutes, and then you edit it again, cut it down to 8 minutes, and then you edit it again, cut it down to 6 minutes, because every time there's a right, well, now, no, cut all that out. And I used to leave all that in, but people, it annoys people. 90% of people don't notice, but 10% of people are going, oh God, this guy, why has he got 3 seconds of blank video before he's speaking? That's my fault. I didn't cut that out. I left that in there. It doesn't need to be in there. I get lazy and do leave it in there quite often, but yeah, you don't need to do that. I'm ranting and raving about nonsense. Maybe we should have like I said, a workshop on video editing. What are you doing, Doc? What even time is it? Oh, bloody hell, it's 5 past. Right, everyone go and watch somebody else who's doing something. Uh, what have we got left? Sorry. Right, I will stop rambling now. I'm sure someone else is doing a stream. If they are, go and watch them. Tell them I sent you. You know, expanding the community and all that. If you haven't, go and watch my video that I released today, which is now possibly going to be my most popular video ever. Still my number one. It's now over 2,000 views and it's not even 10 hours in. Right, tomorrow I'm getting my power drill and hammer out and smashing some shit up. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year when it comes around. Slanjivar and all that. And I'll see you next year. Bye.